just a quick, I usually introduce with a little exercise just to help us. We need all the support we can get down here on this planet, on Earth, in physical form, however you want to describe the experience. We need all the help that we can get because gravity is always pulling us down from higher sort of realizations that we have. And some of the ways that we can access this will create more synchronicity, more what I call flow. In some systems they call it mindfulness, like in Buddhism it's called mindfulness. In other formats I like to call it surrender, surrendering to the flow. Surrender is not like a passive giving up. A lot of people get confused with that, or with mindfulness sometimes people put effort into it. It's not about effort. And we'll be doing some little exercises just at the beginning. Okay, so right now I'm just going to ring these bells and just listen to the bell. We'll just do it once, maybe twice. And just listen to the sound as it fades. Let's just do one more. And you may notice that your thoughts are already starting to slow down a little bit. And that's important to access flow. And when I say access flow, surrender to flow, I mean instead of being, we all have a picture of ourselves inside of our head. Who we are, the roles we play, the beliefs we have, the opinions we have, whether they belong to us or other people gave them to us, kind of creates this mishmash of a picture in our head. And this picture we carry around, we think it's who we are, and it's like a photograph, you could say, and it's static. In other words, it's like an ice cube. It's fixed, it's not moving, there's no motion to it. And the reality of it is that we are dynamic. We're always emerging from what you could call nothingness to somethingness, although nothingness isn't nothing. But we're always emerging. We're a combination of divine energies, physical energies, energies from nature, energies from our environment around us, energies from our ancestors and everything that's been carried forward. All these energies are kind of blending together and emerging all the time. We're like waves of energy, constantly changing. So when we have this fixed image in our mind, this fixed photograph of who we are, just as we think this is me, and we have this picture in our head, it's in conflict with the reality of the fact that we are a flow. When we have this picture in our head, we think that we're separate from life, so we can't trust life. We think we have to do everything on our own. We have to control everything, manipulate everything, force everything, push everything, make everything happen. And that's an incredibly stressful, not only an incredibly stressful way to live, but it's not, at least in my experience and many other people, not only nowadays but in history, it's not the truth. And it's more about, and it's not about getting rid of the ego. You can't get rid of ego anyways. Okay, so let's just leave that aside. What it is about practicing surrendering to the flow. And there are so many ways that, the flow is like stepping on the gas on your car. But there are so many ways we're always stepping on the brake. For example, we have an idea in our mind of how something should go. When it doesn't go that way, we fight it, we resist it. And that fighting and that resistance stops that flow or life, because you are life itself. You're not separate from life. You are life with a capital L. And life wants to live through you, through the form that is you right now. But there's a deeper, more essential part of you that is life, that has no beginning and no end, deeper than the form that does have a beginning and an end, but life wants to live through you. And the more you can let go or surrender and allow life to carry you, the more synchronicities happen, things that have meaning for you, things that line up and show you the way, chance opportunities, so-called chance opportunities opening up, the right people, the right things coming your way, the more blessings come your way, the more abundance you feel, the less stress you feel, the more free of the past you feel, because the past is that picture again. And that says, oh, I can never have love, love never works for me, or I could never have a fulfilling relationship, or I could never have a fulfilling career, or whatever it is, or I could never have, better health. Whatever the thing is, that's part of your image. And it's not to say we can have, anything we want. I'm talking about the flow. You're still human. We're still in the human realm. There will still be challenges and things we go through that we can grow from. But they won't be viewed so much as obstacles or problems. Hang on, I just have to let my cat, he's crying at the door, I think. Come in. Come on in, buddy. You say hello to people? Oh, there you go, buddy. This is Jasper, and he was crying at the door for me to come in. So, anyway, it's easy to talk about it, and I'm just talking about it here, about what the benefits are of surrendering to flow. Even the whole idea of the word yoga is the same idea, hitching yourself to the divine forces. But again, it's not like getting rid of ego. It's about putting ego, I like to say, in the driver's seat. Sorry, in the passenger seat, the ego riding shotgun, and the you that is not ego, the you that ego needs in order to be, life itself, in the driver's seat, that intelligence that, grows your hair, exchanges all the nutrients into your cells, beats your heart. How faithful is your heart? Without you having to think about it, it keeps beating and keeping you alive. And all these amazing things, without the intelligence or the energy field of your body, all these cells would just fly off all over. All these molecules would all just fly off everywhere. So this whole thing was about getting to the point of what this next little exercise, and it's only going to take a minute, is about, because this is one of the basic little things that can help you. There's a lot more to it. And I will be sharing much more about this all the time, but this is one of the most fundamental things that you can do in order to help access flow, to stop or kick the worrying habit, worrying about what if this happens, what if that happens, because that's again putting your brakes on, or wanting to change the past, things like that. There's nothing wrong with learning from the past and evaluating the past and observing what happened. But when you stay stuck wanting to change it, or just staying stuck in the past, like I said, believing that you're a certain way. And yes, we all do have a particular temperament. Maybe some people are a little bit more introverted, some people are more extroverted, etc., etc. Some people have a certain natural skill in certain areas compared to others. But what I'm talking about is more like mental, psychological sort of patterns. Okay, so just for now, unless you're driving, which I hope you're not, just for now, just sit back and place your attention within. You can close your eyes. You don't have to close your eyes. This is only going to take about a minute. And I like to start most of my live streams off with some variation of this exercise. And just notice your breathing. Just start by noticing your breathing. And now, notice the thoughts, the sounds and the words and the voices in your head. Just notice them, watch them. Notice how usually your awareness is trapped inside of them. You're usually caught up in those streams of thought. Those streams of thought are usually carrying you along, and you're just following them everywhere. So now, you're breaking that a little bit. You're watching them. Not trying to change them, not trying to fix them, just allowing them to go. Just allowing them to flow, allowing them to come and go. And continue breathing. Allowing your thoughts to come and go. You are the watcher or the observer of your thoughts. You are the awareness of your thoughts. Without the light of that awareness of your thoughts would not exist. They have no power in and of themselves other than what you give to them. You are that which is aware of those thoughts. So we're just breaking that identification with thinking a little bit here. Some people call it being in the now, being more present. I call it surrendering to flow and synchronicity. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's not an ideology. And then holding up your right hand, with your eyes closed, feel where your hand is in space, just by feeling. And that's feeling the inner energy field of your hand. And now bring your left hand up, feel the inner energy field of your left hand. And now feel the inner energy field of both hands, keeping part of your awareness on the inner energy field of both hands, part of your awareness on your breathing, and part of your awareness just watching the thoughts come and go, and noticing that you are a field of awareness, that all that content is appearing in. The content being sensations in your hands, the thoughts in your head that seem to be in your head, the sound of my voice. It's all appearing within that field of awareness that you can't see because you are it. It's like your own eye trying to look at itself. You are that awareness. So anything that you can observe is content. You are the content too, but that's another explanation. So just practice this at home or at the office whenever you get a chance. Just take 10 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute and just focus on your breathing until you can become aware that you are the watcher or the observer of your thoughts, and you break that identification with your thinking a little bit, and that's all you need. Then carry on. And if you can do this a few times throughout the day, the benefits will be incredible. Okay, so let's now bring our attention, you can bring your attention to a more outward focus now. Gradually open your eyes. And hi everyone. That's the fundamental, being aware of awareness. I love that saying, being aware of awareness. Normally we're not aware of awareness. It's there, it's always there, 24/7. When you were 5 years old, when you were 20 years old, however old you are now, awareness is always there. It's there when you're in deep sleep. You're not aware of it though. But it's always there, okay? So just becoming aware of awareness as you can. and that will greatly support you with more challenging things in life when they come along, and being in the flow, surrendering to the flow, being able to trust and actually experience that you are life. You are not this separate entity from life who needs to fight and control and resist and be afraid and worry. Okay, so I have Rashmi on deck, and Rashmi is here. I happen to know Rashmi is a client of mine, and so I know she's the Queen of Wands. So I'm just going to look for that card to use for her, just to help. It's not absolutely necessary, but it can help. I'm using a different deck today. I used this same deck last week. I don't always use this deck, but I enjoy this deck. It's called the Light Seers deck. Yeah, where is she? There she is. Okay. Alright, and Rashmi's question, I believe it was about a business travel. Okay. Positive guidance for Rashmi. From the universal forces, from divine mind, where everything is connected, including these cards. Guidance for Rashmi's upcoming travel, business meeting, and personal. Okay. So positive guidance for Rashmi's upcoming travel, business meeting, and personal. I'm shuffling the cards on behalf of Rashmi. Positive guidance for her upcoming travel, business meeting, and personal. Okay, so I'm cutting the cards on behalf of Rashmi. Positive guidance for her upcoming travel, business meeting, and personal. Okay, I'm getting this card, I'm not sure, Rashi, I'm just tuning in. But I feel there's a woman who has some kind of influence on the situation with your business meeting. Does that make sense to you? Is there a woman who has some kind of sway or influence on this business meeting? I'm getting this card here, Queen of Cups, and the feeling that I get when I look at the card is that there is a woman involved somehow. Maybe she's the person you're going to be talking to, or the person setting it up for you, or maybe she's somebody involved in something that needs to be done. Oh, it's a man. Okay. All right. Well, there is a woman here somewhere, okay? So watch for this woman. She may be an ally in some way, I feel. There's something about it. And also, in case I'm wrong, because we always have to have some, this is how things, our best guidance on how things, using intuition and everything, on how things are going to unfold. And there's obviously a lot of factors involved. And that's why what I love about tarot is that it helps us to connect with the flow and see where blockages might be occurring, that we can move past and dissolve the blocks, okay? So if she's not representing that man, she's representing then you, and that's what I feel. And you are surrendering to your intuition. You're following your intuition here, in some way. You're trying to access your own intuition. If you look at this picture, you can see that even though you are your main, we all have different aspects. Okay, but women are involved in other meetups. So watch then for somebody who's a good listener, somebody very easy to talk to, and seems to have some kind of nurturing energy. Okay, but this could also be suggesting that you need to trust your intuition for everything that you're going through here. That's all. But yeah, if there are other women involved in the meetup, look for this Queen of Cups woman. She won't necessarily look like this, obviously, but she's going to be somebody who's gentle, compassionate, nurturing, somebody who's a good listener, and you'll feel like you can trust her to tell her maybe open up a little bit more than you might normally to somebody you've just met and you're just talking to. Okay? And there's something you're feeling right now. You're just feeling a little bit, you're feeling left out. You're feeling, it's your inner child too. Your inner child is feeling a little bit, something from the past, in childhood. It's bringing up these feelings of feeling like you wonder where you fit in. You wonder if you're going to find your place ever where you fit in. And you absolutely will. You absolutely will. But right now, I just feel like even though you're asking about business, that's the card. The Queen of Cups, I feel, is the one about business. There's going to be a woman there that you can talk to, and it's going to be a slight healing, kind of a healing experience for you, just being able to share. But the rest of it, I feel, is related to relationships somehow. That's just what's screaming out at me from the cards as I look at them. And yeah, you're feeling left out with something, and there's a man who just seems to have the power over the situation, but he's distracted, and he's not looking at you. That's what I get, and that's what's happening. And you did say and personal, so that's what's coming through. It's more personal stuff coming through. That there's some disappointment, and it's because of this man not looking at you. Yeah, disappointment, and yeah, a lot of disappointment about it. And it's going to take time, Rashmi. It's going to take time to heal. But this trip is good. This business trip is good for you because it's going to take your mind off of things, and you're going to see different sights. You're going to see different things. You're going to talk to different people. So do your best to just be present, and if thoughts from the past come up, just when you can get time on your own, just whatever tools you use, and just what I was showing there, just when you close your eyes and focus on your breath, focus on the inner energy field of your hands, and observe your thoughts. It's not about getting carried away by your thoughts. It's not about getting absorbed in your thinking. It's about stepping back from your thinking and feelings and watching it, not getting caught up in it. So the whole idea is the inner energy field of your hands and your breathing helps your awareness to stay over here and just be able to watch your thinking, instead of usually our thoughts grab the awareness right in there and then you can spiral down. So this will allow you to start to, those kinds of thoughts and patterns will start to lose their power, because you are worthy. You're love. You are love. And I'm not just saying that to be a feel-good thing. You do deserve love. You are a loving person. At least for now, find ways to give that love to yourself. Just find ways to nurture yourself, give love to yourself. It's not just, I don't just mean a beauty salon thing, that's fine, but more like taking care of yourself, taking care of you, doing things to take care, eat properly, get good rest, those kinds of things. Really take care of yourself. So I hope that helps, Rashmi. And yeah, this disappointment feelings, they will pass. They will pass. And you will you will gain from this journey in some way. I don't know the detail of what it is, but there's something there. And maybe this woman's somebody that you're going to be able, is a woman you can talk to, but otherwise it is going to be a good experience in terms of helping you to see some different experiences and different people. Yeah, it's just going to be a while. Like right now, you're going through an initiation on the inner planes, which means that your soul is rising, you could say, rising to a higher level. You know, we go through things when our soul goes through an initiation to a higher level, and it's not easy. You're right now, you're kind of going to be staying in this position that you're in now until it's almost like a heat and a pressure, you know, applied onto a rock, turns it into a diamond. So you need that. Sometimes it feels like a lot of heat and pressure on us, but it's because it's breaking us out of that old shell into a new, where we're going to be reborn again with all those old opinions and beliefs and patterns. At least some of them that we used to have, we'll no longer believe in them. You won't believe in them anymore. They'll fall away, and you'll have new, broader and deeper perspective on yourself and on life. You'll feel more empowered within yourself and less swayed by other people. So that's what's happening. Okay, so that's it, Rashmi. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, so that was reading for Rashmi. And if you would like a mini reading such as the one I just gave, they are $10. Link is in my bio. Otherwise, I can give really brief, sort of 1 or 2 sentence answers with a 1 card. If you have any questions, let me know. Anyone here? Yeah. Okay. So does anybody have any questions that they would like answered, albeit briefly? All right. So I guess that's it for today. I don't see anybody else asking questions. Everybody's shy. And oh, you did, Justa. Okay. Oh, I see it now. I should have looked. Thank you, Justa. I'm glad you caught that and told me. Okay. Let's see what comes through. So, positive guidance for this question from Justa. Justa wants to ask about her best friend's husband. He cheated on her multiple times and they had a divorce. Is he ever coming back to her, or is it over for sure? Okay. Justa wants to ask about her best friend's husband. He cheated on her multiple times and they had a divorce. Is he ever coming back to her, or is it over for sure? Positive guidance. Justa wants to ask about her best friend's husband. He cheated on her multiple times and they had a divorce. Is he ever coming back to her, or is it over for sure? Positive guidance, cutting the cards for Justa. Alright, that's a complex question. It's not for you directly, so I pulled a couple of more cards just to just to confirm things. I feel like there's still a connection between them both. There's still what some people call cords, still obligations. Do they have children or something like that? But there's obligations between them still. But your friend is actually, on one hand, she would like to be back with him, but on the other hand, she knows that she has the strength to move forward. So it's kind of up to her, not completely, but somewhat up to her and how she decides to move forward. If she's going to really clear herself and move forward that way. But I feel honestly that there's still a passion between them, but there's still a passion, there's still an attraction between them. And she is thinking about the past. And I feel they have a child, right? Okay. They have 2 boys, yeah, because I feel children, I didn't feel how many, but I felt definitely they have a child that is keeping them, working together and connected. And, she's afraid to, there's a possibility that they could get back together. It depends on what they, how things move forward, but the thing is, they need to be careful. They're both afraid. They're both afraid of getting back together. Right now, if you're talking to your best friend and that's what she's talking to you about, the best thing you can do is just allow her to be, for one thing. Number one, allow her to be whatever way she is about this. Don't give her too much advice unless she's, really asking you, but, try just to listen. Don't give advice. But number 2, a little bit of advice you could give her would be, you want to suggest something, she asks for it, only if she asks. You could say something along the lines of, be friends right now. They have to build that trust with each other because she's afraid of getting burned again, rightfully. And, all that blowing up in her face again. He's afraid of disappointing her again. He's afraid. So, again, it's what I spoke about at the beginning before I did the little exercise and the meditation. It's about being able to let go of the past and renew yourself with life, with creativity, new creative energy coming through, creating new forms in your life. Otherwise, you create the same things over and over again, the same patterns, like Groundhog Day. Unfortunately, and that's kind of the way it is. If we don't consciously take time to break that identification a little bit with thought, because otherwise the same thought patterns are always happening every day, day in, day out, day in, day out. Okay, so she's got her guard up, he's got his guard up, but there is a chance if they both talk honestly at some point, this might take time, and work on themselves, on their trust issues with each other. There is a possibility, I see here, that it could happen, but it's not going to be easy and it's not going to happen overnight. But the key is to just have a friendship, even though they have that attraction, it's there, that sort of animal magnetism attraction that they have between them, not to act on it right now, but to be friends for now, to build the trust. So I hope that helps, Justa. Okay, good, yeah. That's what was coming through with the cards. Excellent. Thank you. So there are some questions, other questions here. Let's see. Oh, Nada wants to know, what should I focus on at this time in my life? Well, the now moment, right now. But let's see what card comes out for that question. I know you mean more like in a sort of horizontal way as opposed to a vertical way. Horizontal, by that I mean like, time, space, life, the world. Vertical is more like, the divine, the now, the eternal. Okay. I'm just mixing up the deck a bit. How are you guys doing today anyway? How's everybody doing? Wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. We're having a nice sort of hot summer day here today. It's been cool so far. And being summer solstice, it's nice to have a hotter day. It's not too hot, thank goodness, like some places. Okay. Oops. I made a mistake there. 3-card, where the pinned comment is, 3-card mini readings are $10, not $20. Okay. So positive guidance for Nada. What should Nada focus on at this time in life? What should Nada focus on at this time in life? Positive guidance for Nada. What should she focus on at this time in life? Reflection, contemplation, meditation, following your intuition, looking deeply into things, receiving, not necessarily don't be proactive, but more going with the flow in a flowing way, surrendering to the flow, not trying to force things, not trying to push things, okay? Whatever it is that you do want to focus on, maybe sometimes you need to hold back, sometimes you need to push forward. Use your intuition to tell you when to do so. Okay, the card that came up for you, the High Priestess, just take a look at that image. The image will tell you a lot too. Okay, you see how she's got her eyes closed? She's looking within. She's connected through her crown chakra. And there's also, you see a moon there, right? So a moon is reflective. The moon reflects the sun, so reflection. And the moon is also considered feminine, which again connects to the element of water, which is flowing and flexible and not rigid. Okay? So I hope that helps, Nada. Go with the flow and trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Okay. Light Love _7. Positive guidance for Light and Love 7. Whether my financial situation will improve soon. Positive guidance for Light Love 7. Whether the financial situation will improve soon. Whether the financial situation will improve soon. There's a certain click you feel when to stop shuffling. I don't know how to explain it, it's just intuitive. I thought I felt it, but I didn't. Whether the financial situation will improve soon. Okay. Right now is a time of getting ideas. Still, it will improve. What I'm getting is that you are actually okay right now. It might not be the way you want it to be, and it might sometimes look a bit scary or nervousing in certain ways, but you're actually, my guides are saying, when I say that, whatever way you want to think of that, intuition, intelligence, that's deeper and all connected, okay, is saying that you are actually okay. And if you get quiet, you'll actually be able to feel that. Instead of me saying it, your own heart will say it to you. You just get quiet. You can even put your hand on your heart and just get quiet for a while, and just, it doesn't have to be long. It can be 1 minute. 1 minute's all you need. Half a minute's all you need. And just get quiet and listen. And if you do that, you can even do it throughout the day in the middle of your activities. Just, listen, and you'll get these answers. You have to trust them when they come, and be able to discern them as well. You'll get that, actually, you know what, I'm actually okay. And you'll know it for yourself. Okay, and the other thing is that you're getting ideas, you're researching, there might have been some delayed messages that you were expecting, delayed news that didn't come as quickly, things aren't coming in as quickly as you wanted, because you're still researching, you're still getting new ideas, you're still developing, something's still developing, okay? And just take a look at that picture. You can see, the light bulbs are the ideas, and the birds are representing the thoughts, you could say, and she's looking at a book in the picture, researching and looking and, Googling or whatever it is, okay? So you're okay for now, though, and things will turn around, but it's still in that period right now where you're, like what's happening in the picture. So I hope that helps you with your question. Oh, you're welcome, Justa. Sandra asks, are me and my baby girl's father going to fix our problem, or is it time to move on? Okay, let's see what comes through, Sandra. So positive guidance for Sandra. Remember, this is just a one card, so take it, you'll have to connect with your own heart and the intuition that comes through yourself. It's not like an in-depth reading that, you would get by, when I work with somebody one-on-one from, the readings on my website, etc. But let's see what comes through, and hopefully it'll help you to see a little bit more clearly anyway. Okay, so this question is for Sandra, positive guidance. Are me and my baby girl's father going to fix our problems, or is it time to move on? Positive guidance for Sandra. Is she and her baby girl's father going to fix their problems, or is it time to move on? Positive guidance for Sandra. There's a lot of work to do, Sandra. Work on, a lot of people think that we're brought up to look to get love from someone. And I'm not saying that your baby girl's father doesn't have issues or anything like that. I'm not speaking for him at all. And there's no judgment in any of this at all. I'm just saying from my own experience what I've learned, and I think many people can corroborate this. We want to get love from somebody, and when we want to get that love from somebody, we need them to behave in a certain way all the time in order for us to love them. And when they don't behave in that certain way, we turn our love off, and then problems start to happen, and they do the same thing to us. It's going on back and forth, and it just deteriorates and starts to damage things. So right now, what I'm getting isn't whether you're going to get back to him or not, back together with him or not. I would say not so much think of it as an ultimatum like A or B, like we're going to get together or I'm moving on. Just focus on yourself right now, Sandra. Just focus on yourself and learn from that, whatever happened in the past with your relationship, and whether you get together with him or not. Maybe that can still happen. Like I said, that would require a more in-depth reading, but there will be many opportunities, if it's not him, for other relationships as well. So what I'm saying is that you need to work on, because we're all taught about love the wrong way, to get it, like I said, instead of bringing the best version of ourselves, instead of I'm going to cherish this person through sickness and health, better and worse, all of that, and being able to be patient when they're having a bad day, or giving them space. Or it doesn't mean allow the person to walk all over you, that's not what I'm talking about. But instead of having those reactions that we have when they don't do something we like, or you know, every little thing they say we react to, and then, you know, being able to be bigger than our own feelings. We need to be bigger than our own feelings when we're in a relationship, so that we can bring the kind of person we would want to be in a relationship with. And when that happens, the other person, at least in my experience, will miraculously be more their better self too, at least in my experience. If they're not, they'll probably fall away out of your life. So the card that came up, and this is not a judgment of you, Sandra, at all. I'm sure an extremely loving person, but we all have these programs that have been put into us that block our ability to truly love and allow other people, you know. Anyway, that's about all I can say on that reading. I hope it was helpful anyways. It's just saying to learn from your past and reflect on it and see how maybe you can bring love. Again, not being a doormat, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Soul of my soul. Okay. Okay, Jessica, good stuff. Dr. Thompson, YYC, hi. Okay, soul of my soul. This question is for soul of my soul. Whether I will get a job soon as a lecturer. Let's see what comes through. Positive guidance. Whether I will get a job soon as a lecturer. This is for soul of my soul. Whether a job as a lecturer is coming soon. Positive guidance for soul of my soul. Whether a job as a lecturer is soon coming. Positive guidance. It actually, I mean, one card is no guarantee, but this card is a very good omen. You can see just from the picture of the joy and the energy and the enthusiasm of the character in the card, with the wand, and the yellow is there. And traditionally what the Page of Wands does mean is news and messages around career. Okay, good news and messages around career coming. So to me, that's, you know, I need, again, like the previous one, I need more cards to say things more specifically and more of a, and there's never a guarantee, but you know what I mean, a bit more detailed. But this card is suggesting that yes, you will get that job soon. Okay, so I hope that helps. Let me know, keep me posted, and let me know what happens with that. Okay. This question is for Finding Sanctuary 2020. Guidance on the body pain and how to work through it. Okay. This question, positive guidance for Finding Sanctuary 2020. Guidance on body pain, the body pain, and how to work through it. Finding Sanctuary 2020, guidance on the body pain and how to work through it. Positive guidance for Finding Sanctuary 2020. Guidance on the body pain and how to work through it. What I'm getting here is that some kind of healing affirmations or visualizations and meditations, where you can visualize the healing coming in, and knowing and affirming to yourself that you can heal. That's the foundation of it all. I'm not a doctor, so I can't recommend sort of any approach, but what care you're going to get, whether it's a medical doctor or a certain type of doctor, depending on what your pain in your body is specifically, or whether you're going to. I'm also getting though that more sort of, you don't necessarily have to go to a naturopath doctor or a holistic practitioner or anything, but whatever you can learn about any kind of a holistic approach that can help support as well. I'm just getting that. Maybe sometimes we think we have a good nutrition plan, and maybe it did serve us at that time in our life, but it's time to change it or learn more and try something different that may help this specific problem. I'm getting that as well. But I also get that you will succeed in working through this. You're going to find a way that you can be proactive and manage this pain in your body and work through it. Okay, so the card that came up, you see she's surrounded by a circle. The World card is traditionally a very successful card, completing of something, victory. You see she's surrounded by a circle, which is holistic, whole, healing. The word heal comes from the word whole. They're very related. You can see the geometric shapes around her. That sort of, to me, made me feel like that idea of, visualizing healing energies coming into my body type of thing. So that's where to start. And then, of course, get whatever medical care or therapeutic care from a professional health care practitioner, etc., that you feel is appropriate as well and that you're guided to. Okay? So I hope that helps. You are definitely surrounded by healing forces, and I feel that you will work through it. Okay, this question's for Justa. Well, I'm going to see what the cards say anyways, but right away, you almost answered your question, because if you don't go into the past, you can meet your sister. That's, again, I don't know if you're here at the beginning of my live stream, but I talked about how the past, we create this photograph or image about who we are that we carry in our head, and it's stuck in the past, so it's not here now. And that's what's happening when you meet her. You're having such excitement and happiness and joy with being with her that you're not thinking about past patterns so much. But then if you start to think about the past too much, then that might start to come in between you and your sister again. But let's see what the cards say. Positive guidance for Justa. Is her connection with her sister really that good right now? Because in the past it wasn't necessarily that way. Positive guidance for Justa. Is her connection with her sister really that good right now? Because it wasn't necessarily that way in the past. And this is the last question. So positive guidance for Justa. Is her connection with her sister really that good right now? Positive guidance for Justa. What does she need to understand about her connection with her sister? Yeah, it's great. Just enjoy the joy. Enjoy the joy, and also, maybe you feel like because of some of the things in the past, you might be walking on eggshells a little bit here and there. Just be diplomatic and don't be too extreme in any of your approaches of how you communicate with her. Just be diplomatic and enjoy the joy of what you have between you both. Maybe don't open up any can of worms, so to speak. Just enjoy now for what it is, because if you start to bring up the past, it might trigger things and it might happen. It's not to say sweep things under the carpet. That's work you can do on yourself on your own. Okay, you don't have to necessarily bring it up to her. You can just work on that on your own, and then when you see her, allow the joy to flow, because that's what will start to heal things and clear out the junk. Okay? So I hope that was helpful. Oh. Hi, honey. Hi, Jade. All right. Oh, still more questions. Let's see. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh. Right. Okay, guys, I know there are a couple more questions, and I'm so sorry, but I have to get going. I have some other appointments that I have to get to. But I will be here next Tuesday. If you do want to guarantee yourself a spot, you can see the link in my bio. You can purchase a $10 3-question reading where I go a little bit more in detail than the 1-card reading and spend a little bit more time, and it's only $10. So you can do it that way if you want to guarantee it. And I'll be here next Tuesday at 4 o'clock Eastern as well. And other than that, I'll still be around Instagram during the week. And I want to thank you for being here, and wish you a great day, rest of the day, and rest of the week. Talk again soon. Thank you.